try and place Findhorn in the world today, you know, what's its importance? Places like Findhorn are really important because they're like laboratories. They're a way in which you could say new patterns, new ideas, new synthesis and sort of things start to happen.
Yeah.
And we're not saying that the world has to be like this in the future, but unless we experiment, some of us, in ways in which looks like it could be better, it could be more sustainable, then that's the real importance of Findhorn. And it has to happen sort of out with the institutional format, even though institutions like even the UN and universities are trying to come to us to sort of make some of our stuff more academic, or not academic, but more fit the academic framework.
Yeah,
that's
maybe
really
more
vital.
Understandable at some point, because the funny thing here is that things happened through Eileen's guidance, but it hasn't happened with, you know, people designing a project and trying and exploring possibilities and then make it come through.
Yeah. The vitality of the community is actually, you could say, the glue is the spiritual aspect of it, co-creation with nature. And from a scientific perspective, from a rational thing, it's like, well, how do you prove what a spiritual reality is? What are the benefits? Does it exist? We say, yes, here it is. The proof of this place, its success, its vitality, the attitudes of the people is because of that inner belief structure. And you might say, oh, that doesn't really exist. Yes, it does. It's tangible. Look at the place. It's full of applied spirituality. Everything. It's all spirituality manifest through us. And yeah, we can say, oh, no, I'm just a carpenter. Yeah, but I mean, no, you have a creative thing. Humans are so creative, whether they are gardeners or whether they're sculptors or musicians. And I play music because music brings me to a place of you could say, listening to the sound of creation. The sound of creation is so big and vast. We have to, just like we have to do is bring it through different filters, but eventually it comes, and you're the filter. It comes in through you, and then you take it, whatever you do, and you make it bigger. And it could be just your voice. But by doing that, I have to go on a sort of an inward journey to find a language.
So your didgeridoo playing, as I understand, is not only technical, but it's also a way to tune in, which is a word that people like in Finland. You tune in what you want to express to find a way to bring it in sounds.
Yeah. I mean, and you go back to the 60s. Tune in, drop out. No, we're not saying, and we are not hippies in that sense, but by tuning in, then you change your attitude, your approach. And music is the same. You tune in, and what I'm searching for with the didgeridoo, because it's a very primal instrument, is like, what is that memory of creation? Interesting enough, the didgeridoo, a group of physicists tried to take the velocity, the mass of the Earth moving through space, and then they put it through their computers, and finally they got it down to a sound, and out came the sound of the didgeridoo.
Quite amazing, because if I remember well, it seems to me that I've heard sometime that didgeridoo was known in some culture as the sound of the earth, before computers and scientists.
Yeah. And the Aboriginals would say, in a sense, it's a sound of creation, the dream time. And it's a gateway to that dream time. There's you could say, a vibrational energy that's connected. So it's how to connect with that wider, we would use the term sort of, altered state of consciousness, but I'm trying to think of the psychological term, slip my mind. Transpersonal. It's a transpersonal state. So it's just beyond the self. Because you have, in you, you have the memory of creation. You are made of it. You're made of all of this stuff. And your cellular memory, those right down to the atoms that you are made of, hold the memory of when it began.
Yeah. Interesting enough, the traditional Chinese medicine has a meridian for that, a meridian in the body, in the energetic body, which contains the memory of humanity and the universe.
Yeah, there it is. And you could say in some senses that didgeridoo extends that meridian.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I think we talked a lot about funeral in general. It feels almost as I know it now. But still I will come back.
Yeah.
Well, just thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you again.
Good. Pleasure.